All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. All right, we're going to start off giving praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rechak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect that preach this truth throughout the four corners of the globe, sacrificing everything. All right, it's the brother Shamari. I'm with the brother Bakar.
Shalom, shalom.
Spirit brought us together to do this lesson, man. Because our job is to push this word, to preach this word. All right, and the Lord put the Spirit on us to do it. So, you know, without further ado, we just gonna get into these scriptures. All right, because, hey, man, Salakia, the Lord is gonna, basically put us in situations where we gotta sacrifice ourselves, man. You know, when we gotta sacrifice our bodies, sacrifice our life, sacrifice our health, for the Lord, to show how serious we are, to prove our faith and to Him. All right, when you go out on the highways and byways and preach, not only are you dealing with a spiritual warfare, you're dealing with scoffers, you're dealing with the elements of the earth, different weather, the different seasons, and you dealing with some brothers. When you stand on that concrete, that messes your back up, mess up your ligaments throughout your body, man. So you dealing with, certain issues when you on them highways and byways that you may not even consider, man. All right, anything can happen out there. You could get robbed. You could just, you could get frostbite. Anything can happen out there. So you gotta present yourself a sacrifice once you come into this faith, man, whether you of Great Millstone or not. But this is Revelations chapter 2 verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Right, and that's something you're gonna have to deal with when you come into this truth, man. All right, you're gonna be persecuted. You're gonna be basically the despised by a higher up level, elites, which is the devil in this case. They're gonna cast us into prison. Esau gonna cast us into prison, man. Whether it be by martial law troops, whether it be by your simple city cop or whatever, man. Or if you preaching the word on the streets, best believe Esau keeping tabs on what you doing, how you doing it, So he always watching 24/7, and it's gonna come to a point where you're gonna be thrown into prison houses, man. You're gonna be persecuted, man. It said that ye may be tried, and the Lord is putting us in that situation to try us, whether we endure or not. Yahweh Shai went through it. Paul went through it. Apostle Paul went through it. Apostle Peter, all the 12 apostles went through it, man. Being thrown into prisons, had they different hands being laid on them and shit, getting beaten or what have you. So we gonna have to go through that too. So knowing that, we supposed to prepare for that, man. Knowing those things, we supposed to, gird up our loins, and we supposed to, prepare for it. And the only way you could prepare for persecution is through these scriptures, taking in different accounts of the prophets of old, fasting and prayer. It say, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, but be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right, so even if it concerns you dying, you still supposed to be faithful, man. All right, no matter, because it's ultimately going to boil down to that RFID chip, man. They might have you in the holding cell for, I don't know, a month, 2 months, a week, I ain't going to say a year, but however long it takes, they might have you in the holding cell, basically plotting your judgment, plotting how they want to enforce this chip on you, man. Consulting, having a council of what they gonna do to try to make you take that chip. Whether they gonna make you watch your children suffer, whether they gonna make you suffer in the flesh by antagonizing you, by torturing you. Esau gonna come up with different methods to try to break your spirit, to make you want to take that chip, man. And the thing is, you got to be faithful unto death. All right, so being faithful unto death, it starts now. It starts here and now, man. You gotta fast, you gotta pray, and you gotta consider those things that's gonna befall upon you in the latter times, which we in the latter times right now, man. So you gotta consider all those things that you're gonna have to go through. You know, you gotta consider in your mind that you're not gonna, go back to a warm, comfy bed and a nice meal. You might not have to, you might not have a variety of different clothes that you might have, that you blessed to wear like you will now, man. You might be butt ass naked. Esau might have you in a cell, nothing but concrete, nothing but brick wall, no windows, no nothing, butt ass naked, cold as shit, man. You gotta consider those things, man. You gotta consider the worst of the worst, but still pray for the best. So with that being said, man, you gotta be faithful unto death, even if it concerns you dying.
Right, and that's why the apostles say sleep with clothes on, because you don't know when you don't know when Esau gonna come down on you, or anything. You don't want to be carried out in your drawers, or you topless. So that's why it's good to sleep with clothes on in these days, and that kind of like get you in that get you out of that comfort zone too. Because when you sleep and you topless, you got your boxers on, you more comfortable. But if you got clothes, like for example, when we left out of Egypt, we had to keep our shoes on during the whole Passover ceremony, because we was about to leave. So you gotta have clothes on when you go to sleep, like you about to walk out the door, because you never know when this gonna pop off. This could pop off any day, And if you do get thrown out your house or something, at least you got some clothes on,
Khan. And Salakia, I got another precept.
And Salakia, another thing, not to digress, but look, when you do get delivered up or get thrown into prison or whatever, you still got to depend on the Lord, man, because getting put to death or not, the Lord still going to deliver you out that situation. Hey, and a personal testimony, it was just a semi truck. No, we was just behind the dump truck, and it looked like a big ass piece of his tire just fell off, and I just ran it over. Like it was coming my way, and I just ran it over. Then the car behind me, it had hit the car behind me, and now the whole bumper of that car that was behind me hanging down and shit. The Lord just delivered us out that situation. The Lord could have had us hit it. The tires get fucked up, something happened to the car, or we could have swerved in a different lane. Anything could have happened. So you gotta remember, the Lord could deliver you out of situations,
Khan, that's being faithful unto death, man. This is 2 Timothy. I'm going to start at verse 11. Well, I'll start at verse 10. Salakia. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 10. But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long suffering, charity, patience, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, at Lystra, which persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me. All right, and that's Apostle Paul right there. Basically, that's what he wrote in that letter. That's what he wrote in this book right here, man. And we do know all of the we do know the doctrine that Paul preached, which is of Yahweh Shah. We know the manner of life he lived. We know the purpose he served. We know his faith. We know his long suffering. We know his charity, his peace, his patience, Salakia. We know the persecutions he went through. We know the afflictions. Why? Because we read the scriptures, man. We gave account and read the scriptures, all those things that Paul went through, man, which we supposed to do and take that as an example of suffering. The scriptures say to take the prophets of old as an example of suffering and affliction. All right. And the Lord delivered Paul out of all those things. So Paul is a great example of the Lord delivering those that stay righteous and stay faithful unto him. Verse 12, yea, and all that will live godly in Yahushua HaMashiach shall suffer persecution. Right. If you plan on enduring in this truth, also plan on being persecuted, man, because that's going to come. Every prophet had to go through it. And if you want to be a prophet, if you want to stay a prophet, you got to go through it, man. The servant is not greater than his master. It's easy to say what you going to do, what you going to say, the type of mindset you going to have in that day, but it's a whole different ballpark once all of this shit play out, man. Because you got certain brothers, when Jacob's trouble pop off, I'm going to be in the wilderness somewhere, I'm going to take flight, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Basically, they still got that pride, man. But once all of these things take place, it's going to be worse than how they think it out, man. And then you got to also think the Lord's thoughts, the Lord's ways is not our ways, and the Lord's thoughts is not our thought. It's not like our thoughts, man. So the Lord can have something planned that you not even prepared for it, man. But if you take an account of the scriptures, if you praying and fasting, that's you preparing yourself for persecution, man. If you considering in your mind from day to day that it's gonna come a point in time where you gonna have to be thrown into prison, it's gonna come a point in time where I might have to be, delivered up into my enemies for the Lord's name's sake, man. If you consider that every day on your day-to-day walk through this truth, through life, then that's you preparing yourself mentally. Yahushua knew that he was going to be crucified, man. Every time he walked with the apostles, he would mention that. He would mention that it's going to come a time he going to be crucified, that he's not going to be with the disciples, throughout their journey. So.
Right, and another thing, I was about to say, it said all that live godly and HaMashiach shall suffer persecution. So, and you, if you got whatever, and you got the truth or whatever, like posted or something, social media or whatever, or you got a video, whatever the case is, Esau already got you marked down, because Esau looking for everybody that's in the truth, ultimately the elect, and he don't. So don't think, all right, I'ma just take it out or fall off so I won't get persecuted. Don't think that's gonna stop Esau to come after you, because even these dudes that found the truth, hey, Esau gonna blow down on them too, because they was once a part of it. Esau gonna come to them to use them to be agents or whatever. Awesome, yeah, you was a part of this. Where they at now? Anything. Hey, everybody about to go through Jacob's trouble, but you either want to go through it in the truth or not in the truth. So you gotta remember that too. It said all that live godly in Yahushua shall suffer persecution. So how much more for the people? If Esau go blow down on niggas who fell out, how much more for the people that's actually in the truth?
Con. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 13, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So that's what we gonna be surrounded with, man. And it ain't gonna do nothing but get worse. We already see evil men. We already see people seducing, brothers with different doctrines, seducing brothers with wicked deeds. We already see that happening. Now imagine it on the highest scale ever, you know. So, you know, that's just a message to brothers to keep in mind that persecution is something that we got to go through, man. You know, this truth, it's a delightful thing to have this truth, but it's not all funny games, man. You know, it's going to be a wake-up call. So with that being said, you know, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this video was very edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Gonna close out giving praises to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Mechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect that preach this truth throughout the four corners of the globe. Shalom.
Ba Kippur.